Is it true that you can get compliments from every single person on Earth just by wearing a nice fragrance? Yes!
What did he say?
Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're well. Today, my 10 most complimented fragrances of the year so far, which admittedly is not even halfway through. As always, all of these will be linked in the description below, and I don't need to lecture you, but you know how compliments typically work. Usually people that you already know. All right, number one most complimented fragrance, Drakkar Noir.
Huh?
The best bang for your buck scent ever made. You can get it for under 20 bones and you can smell like a manly man or possibly like a yuppie who stepped through a time warp from the 80s into today. Now we'll stick with the manly man thing. Yep. Classic barbershop fougere stylings to it. And actually, it's not in this list. I just wanted to talk about Drakkar Noir. Love you, bud. Most of these are gonna be fragrances, of course, that I wore more than usual because you have to wear things in order to actually get noticed wearing them. So number 10, Liquid Brun, limited edition. Ah, yes, you can tell because it's larger and fingerprints show up on it more. Excellent, that's what I like. So this is the ramped up, pumped up, more powerful version of the OG. I will say that the original though is a little bit sweeter. I was like reaching for that, sweeter. Genius. This one comes across to me with more of a woody aspect to it, definitely stronger to the point that if you have them on side by side, this one will swallow up the other one and this will be the only thing that you smell. Definitely helps as far as getting attention goes because it's just kind of friggin' loud. If Liquid Brun is Kenny G, this is Slipknot. One of those played at volume will make people turn their heads more for one reason or another. So yeah, basically it is what you would expect a limited edition to be. Take Liquid Brun, pump that sucker up, give it a little more woodiness, take that sweetness, dial it back just ever so slightly, put it in a bigger bottle, charge more money for it, let's go. Between the two, I find this one a little bit more interesting to smell, has a little more complexity, a little more depth, a little more going on compared to the OG, but it is also more expensive. So if you just want absolute best bang for your buck, the OG probably still the better way to go for most people. That being said, I was wearing this a decent amount when it first came out, and that's why it's here on the list, number 10. Also, I've got some stuff I want to give away that's like right over here, so I'm gonna grab a couple things off that shelf to give away later in today's video. Stay tuned for that. For now, number 9, Scandal Absolu. Absolu. Just fiddling with the friggin'. So yeah, Scandal Absolu, not Scandal Elixir. Now, Scandal Elixir, also good. That one's newer than this one, but what essentially happened is the new one came out and I wore that, and again, solid. The cherry off the top smells good. It is an attention-grabbing type of scent, but I wore this one side by side with it and I remembered that's really, really good. Not that I'd forgotten, it's just when you're doing side-by-side tests and you're kind of like breaking things down and all that stuff, you remember how good it is, and so I wore this one for a bit there. Just an absolute monster as far as grabbing attention goes. The Mirabelle Plum off the top smells absolutely electric. People love the way that comes across. It's gonna be the type of scent that you would wear at the same time as something like Stronger With You, that entire line for the most part, and The Most Wanted, stuff like that. Really, really nice scent, in my opinion, one of the best ones Jean Paul Gaultier has out for men right now. This stuff, fall and winter time, absolutely perfect. Number 8, that Forever Wanted Absolu. And this one comes with a big old asterisk. The opening of this fragrance is probably the most divisive smelling part of any of the stuff that I'm gonna talk to you about here today. Because when you first use your finger to blast this one on, the opening is a little bit odd. Odd, yes. Even though I know how it smells, I know how it's gonna hit my nose as soon as I spray this on, it is still a little bit like, okay, different. It has an icy, earthy minerality to it when you first spray it on. Almost like you went to a cave, not necessarily like the dirtiest cave in the world, but still a little cave, the mouth of the cave. And for some reason you brought a cooler with ice cubes and you grabbed one of those bad boys out of the cooler and you just rubbed it there on the ground inside the cave and went, perfect. I love it. That's how this opens up, and I've had a number of people tell me, that's weird. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. But as it dries down, which thankfully doesn't take too terribly long, it gets 500 times better. The booziness, the sweetness comes out as a nice masculine scent profile, and people just really love it. They gravitate towards it. But in the opening, they gravitate away from it. And actually, when testing this one, I gotta say the color scheme right here looking pretty good. It looks pretty clean, actually. But anyway, in testing this one, multiple people did not know that the dry down of this was the same thing as the opening. They were like, I hated that thing you had before. It's the same thing. So as you can see, we're a little bit heavy on heavy fragrances. And that's because it has not been warm too long for this year so far. So most of the stuff I'm gonna share with you is gonna be more like this. But the next one is very different. It's Eros Energy. Eros Energy, man, I'll go to bat for this. A lot of people don't vibe with the energy. They don't like the double E. You gotta throw some respect on the double E's name. It's not that bad. It's just, it has a ton of citrus. And sometimes people don't like those citrusy boys. I just realized that sounded kind of citrusy boys. The fragrances in a circumstance are the boys, spelled B-O-I-S. But a lot of people, they'll smell that heavy citrus in the opening. They just don't really like it a whole heck of a lot, but I do. It's got a little Iced Cologne kind of action when you first spray it on. Similarities to Iced Cologne, which obviously way more expensive than Eros Energy. This is one that I've been wearing recently. It has been actually stupid hot here lately, like way more than usual. Legitimately like middle of summer temperatures, even though we're not that far into spring, so. But I busted this stuff out. I sprayed it on like a madman in the morning. It lasted well through the afternoon into the early evening. Did extremely well for me. So I've been actually getting a lot of use out of this stuff. Number 6 up next. This is a mega surprise. I think this was one that I bought from JOMASHOP, I think. It's a Arabia Prestige Ramad Earthy. Now, at the time that I bought this, I did not know anything about what it was supposed to smell like. I just saw they had a new Ramad, and I was like, well, the other ones I have are pretty good, so I'll scoop it up, even though the name made me a little trepidatious. Earthy, yeah, not exactly the best selling point, even though we just talked about this one having kind of an earthiness off the top. But if you're after compliments, I'll say that in the grand scheme of descriptors for your fragrances, earthy, probably not gonna be up toward the top of what you're looking for. Just sitting there, you're like, okay, I need something that the ladies are gonna just go crazy for. Sweet. No, everyone hates sweet stuff. No. Fresh. No, too obvious. Leather. You're getting closer. Earthy. Yeah, like I just took straight up mud and dirt, rubbed it on my junk. I don't think that's gonna happen, you know? I don't think that's realistic. So I thought it was gonna suck. But look, even if you feel like something's gonna suck, you gotta scoop it up so that you can cover it and let people know, hey, this sucks. So that was the thought process. Got it in, thought it looked pretty slick, actually. I really like this color scheme going on here. Spray this bad boy on. Oh, bro. It is nuts. It's supposed to smell like Sinbad, also has a very rich tobacco kind of scent profile to it, which I love. The note breakdown is complex, and by that I mean it has more than 3 notes, so realistically anything with even a normal note breakdown nowadays is complex due to the dumbing down of fragrance. So with this one, yeah, honey, a good dose of it. Apricot, a tobacco scent profile, even though tobacco not an official note in here, I don't think. Every other note in the universe is in here, just not that. Labdanum, tea, cappuccino, pomegranate, like, whew. So if you go into Ramad Earthy wanting it to be earthy, you'll be disappointed. But if you go into it wanting just a very rich, again, sweet, attention-grabbing tobacco scent profile, it'll give you that. I love this stuff. I know this is the one that got all the mad hype, Ramad Oriental, and this is good too, but Earthy's better. And look at it, you know? They basically took the color scheme, sort of, and they were like, let's make it nicer. Let's make it look sick. Call the doctor, this fragrance is sick.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams.
The next fragrance is an absolutely enormous release with crazy staying power. But before that one, I want to give you guys a ton of codes to save yourselves money anytime you shop for fragrances online. So I have coupon codes for a ton of different stores, 10% off at Fragflex. I have codes for the Perfume Box, Gift Express, Beauty House, JOMASHOP, and more. They're also in the description, so you can copy and paste from them down there. Anytime you shop at those stores, whether it's for clones, designer's niche, or whatever, use those codes, save yourself a little extra money. Next, we go 9 p.m. night out. Similar deal to some of the other ones. Basically got this in, was testing it out, and just wore it like every day for a week straight. It's another one that has a big note breakdown, a lot of different things going on. Dragon fruit, one of the main notes in here off the top, along with cognac as well. That's an interesting combo. Also has toffee, tonka, suede, whole bunch of other notes. It does smell a little bit like Off and On took kind of the vibe from 4 or 5 other really big designer fragrances and just said heck with it and blended them all together, and then this popped out. It's kind of like that. Legitimately just a number of different fragrances. Part of the Le Beau line, Forever Wanted Elixir, not this one over here, but the all gold one, along with a few other fragrances as well that you could just kind of like pick bits and pieces from. So it's not the type of scent that you can directly tie into like the original 9 p.m. It's not that, it's its own thing. It cut through the cold amazingly, lasts a very, very long time. You just have to be aware of the sweetness and you have to enjoy that. So if you're looking for something that is devoid of sweetness amongst the sea of different vanilla forward fragrances out there, that's not this. Number 4, the Scent Intense, the new one, which I think technically it's the Scent Eau de Parfum Intense or something like that, but whatever, who cares? It's just the Scent Intense. The note breakdown is not crazy complex here, so we have gone back into simplified territory. It's got Maninka fruit, thankfully, because that's kind of the anchor for the scent lineup. If it doesn't have Maninka, it's not really the scent anymore. You also have booze, ginger, citrus, and amber. That's pretty much the fleshed out note breakdown here. Longevity, very, very good. My wife loves this stuff, so that is one of the reasons that I've kind of worn this one a good amount and gotten compliments wearing it. It's kind of like cheating to get compliments that way, but yeah, who cares? Well, I'll let it slide. It is very vaguely reminiscent of Wanted by Night by Azzaro, done with the scent twist, and thankfully that's another fragrance I always loved, so works out well for me. All right, we're in the top 3 now, the top 3 biggest attention-grabbing scents that I've worn so far this year. Number 3 is French Quarter. That's kind of cheating also, because this fragrance is one that I creatively directed. So it's one that was kind of cooking behind the scenes for actually just way too long. This time from beginning to end, like double or more every single other time that I did a fragrance with Michael Malone. So with this one, we're talking bitter orange, apple, cinnamon off the top, Sazerac as the boozy accord in the mid. Then you also have ginger, vanilla, sugar cube, among other notes. It could remind you of fragrances like Invictus, Victory Elixir, sort of. Not the exact same, but like if you enjoy that fragrance, you should enjoy this one as well, basically. The Sazerac gives it a really nice booziness, a little bit reminiscent of whiskey. If you're familiar with the Sazerac cocktail, then you kind of get the vibe there. Just really, really attention grabbing, perfect for fall and winter time. And again, where there's been more cool months this year so far than warm, this stuff has worked really well for me. To be fair though, I have worn like the pre-versions of this through the last year and a half almost, like the little lab samples I'm talking about. But yeah, this is one that I've been wearing off and on for a while. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, that is available every Perfumania, every fragrance outlet store in the country, also linked in the description. Number 2, Why Iced, or technically Why Iced Cologne. You gotta remember the last part, yeah. So I've been a huge Y fan since pretty much ever. I have worn them to death, whether we're talking about the Eau de Toilette, the new version of the Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum, Y Live, any of them. So with this one coming out and with how much mint it has, which is a note that I love, this has been one of my go-tos as it has been heating up. Extremely brisk off the top. When you spray it on, it has an almost cooling effect, but then as it dries down, it has that sweetness the Y line is known for, just obviously done in a fresher way that makes it stand out when it starts to heat up. So Eros Energy, Y Iced Cologne, absolutely killing it for me. And number 1, the One. Yeah, the One Parfum. So the reason for this, I'm a huge fan of the One line, at least, you know, the OG, the Eau de Toilette, the original Eau de Parfum. I do like the new Eau de Parfum also. But that scent profile, that styling, of the originals. That has always worked so well for me. And so when they brought it back finally, and they came out with this, I had to try this stuff, and I love it. So I got a ton of use out of this right here. I mean, obviously it's a modern fragrance, but when I smell this, it smells like something fresh now, as in it smells new, but if it had come out 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it would have smelled new then also. Like it could have fit in and still come across as something modern for its time. So it's kind of weird. It has this multi-year spanning newness. If it came out a decade ago, you'd be like, yeah, that fits in right now and it smells new. Comes out now, same thing. Basically has that the one DNA, not quite as sweet, a little bit more woody, very well balanced, good performance, good attention grabber. We're daytime or evening, fall, winter, absolutely amazing. So there it is. That is the lineup so far, but there is a lot of time yet to come. I don't know how many more huge fragrance releases are gonna come out this year. I have seen online some people talking about a new Armani fragrance that's like a whole new line. That would be pretty big. And then there's the new Myself, but outside that, I don't know. Let's do the giveaway really quickly. Kind of a random thing here, but this is from Pantheon Roma, and it is Aria. I have not opened it up, so it still has the little like sticker on the back there. But I'll give this one away. All you have to do is like the video, be subscribed to this channel, leave me a comment. Let me know your #1 most complimented fragrance so far this year. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, hit me up, I'll ship this out to you. I'm just giving away a whole bunch of different things that I have packed up that I don't need anymore, and I think one of you out there would rather have it. All right, guys, that will do it for me. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.